Even though the leftist news media wants to dismiss it, and even though the Democrats want to call it a scam, the Arizona election audit still going strong, full steam ahead, and we have our eyes right on it here at RAV-TV. Drew Hernandez is on the ground there. Drew, great to see you.
Thank you, Dr. Gina.
Drew, I think some people are concerned that this audit is still happening, not because they want it to stop, but because they want to see the results. But this is a long and meticulous process. Explain that to us, Drew.
Absolutely. It's definitely not a clown show. That's what the left-leaning media wants people to believe. They try to discredit it. They try to slander it. They try and make it look like it's not being done well or done correctly. But in all reality, it really is. It's a very extensive process. The security that goes behind this, it's very hard for journalists to even get inside of the building to ask some questions, even in the press box. But what people need to understand is the audit itself here in Arizona, the hand count audit is about 80% complete. So they got maybe about a week and a half left of the hand count process of the audit. Then they got to look into the machines to make sure that there's no faulty software. They got to make sure it wasn't plugged into the internet during the election time. They also got to look at the voter registration, the addresses, to make sure that they're actually real people that actually voted from real addresses. So there's still some time left for this audit, but the hand count process of the Arizona audit is about 80% complete. So that's good news because the American people deserve an answer, Dr. Gina. I think people just want to know what happened in these controversial elections.
So a couple more weeks on the hand count, and then all of the other steps that you mentioned. About how much longer, in your estimation, will that take approximately?
I would say maybe a month, maybe 2 months. This is a very extensive process. I had a pretty great interview yesterday with the Republican Party's Nevada State Chairman, Mr. Michael McDonald himself. He actually toured the audit floor yesterday. It was a surprise tour that he took, and he did allude to the fact that he himself is actually going to model this in Nevada coming up in the next few weeks. So in terms of Arizona, what he actually stated in his interview was he has a law enforcement background, and he had to go through 3 security checks. They had to make sure that he didn't have any unnecessary papers on him, that he couldn't, if it's a fake ballot being put into the audit to be counted, to make sure he didn't have any electronic devices on himself. It's a very extensive security process, and it's interesting because you take a look at the left-leaning media, they slander it so much. They try to discredit it, when in reality, it's a very, very serious process that they're doing, and the security is absolutely on point. So I think the American people need to understand that this is not a clown show. Don't believe the fake news media. They're just trying to discredit it. It's legitimate, and it's going to be done, and it's going to have legitimate results.